This week are the Grammy nominations. They were just announced Tuesday, and let's get into it.
Ooh, is it you saucy?
AKwaaba, welcome back to my channel. My name is AC Kokui, and this is What's the Wahala AC, where we discuss all the wahala from the week. It's almost Thanksgiving time. I'm excited for stuffing. Stuffing is my favorite. But you know what else is cooking up? This wahala. So let's get to it. It is time for our big three.
Cause we the big three, don't need a big speech. We made the biggest impact, check the spreadsheet.
Starting off our big three this week are the Grammy nominations. They were just announced Tuesday, and let's get into it. Beyonce became the most nominated artist, leading the Grammy pack, as well as Kendrick Lamar was leading the nominations, and Adele. Glorilla got her first Grammy nomination, and Lotto also got a Grammy nomination. Congratulations to them. Let's get to the snubs. So, people that did not get a Grammy nomination that should have were Rosalia. Definitely should have got a Grammy nomination. And also Summer Walker. Still Over It should have got a Grammy. I know some people were saying that Over It was the album that deserved a Grammy, not Still Over It, but I just feel like if an album or if a song was supposed to get a Grammy the year before and they didn't, and then they get nominated for the next year, it's okay because they've produced Grammy nominated work before, you know. And so I feel like the album is Grammy worthy, or at least nomination worthy, and it should have definitely been nominated. Also, Nicki, Super Freaky Girl, was not nominated for anything. All the rest of the songs that she dropped this year were not nominated, but the big thing was definitely Super Freaky Girl, which broke a lot of records. For this song to have made Nicki to become the first woman to have a solo rap record hit #1 since 1998, and the person that she beat was Lauryn Hill, that is a big feat. And something that is definitely Grammy nomination worthy. Like, what's going on here? But we've already known how the Grammys go and how they usually do things. But every year, you know, we still have hopes that it's gonna get better. We should have also expected this when Nicki did come out to say how they were moving the Super Freaky Girl nomination. They were just like talking about what the nominees should be. They moved Super Freaky Girl from the rap category to the pop category, and they hadn't finalized anything. But then to take her out of that's just like, you're obviously doing it because you don't agree with the things that Nicki says. Every time she does something that you do not like, you continue to put her to the wayside, and that's not fair. It's obviously the politics of things at this point, and it's not about the true talent. It is not about the records and the streaming. It's not about any of that. It is truly about relationships and the politics of things. You know, the only thing that makes me really upset is that people say that Nicki deserves what she's getting right now because of how she's treated the younger girls in the industry, or how she spoke out against the Grammys, or that she shouldn't have performed that song that is the result of her getting blackballed back in the day. However you feel about the beef and everything else that Nicki talks about or does or says, all the outside factors should not contribute to the reason. And if it is, and if it has, then we're obviously doing something wrong. The board that decides these things has to do better. And that's how I feel about that How do you guys feel about the nominations that have come through for the Grammys? Moving on to our next story is the World Cup. It is finally happening. It is finally here. I know the World Cup was supposed to happen like a couple months ago. Usually, like, I remember the World Cup happening in the summer, but apparently Qatar, where they're having the World Cup, the weather has been so hot that they had to move it to November so it'll be a little bit cooler in order for the soccer players to not die from the heat, you know? And so it is finally happening. It is kicking off this Sunday. There are 5 African countries that will be playing in the World Cup this year. Those countries are Ghana, Senegal, Morocco, Tanzania, and Cameroon. Congratulations to them. It all kicks off this Sunday. Senegal is actually having their first match on the 21st versus the Netherlands. And on Thanksgiving, Ghana is going against Portugal and Cameroon is going against Switzerland. So you know Thanksgiving, it's about to be a lot for the African aunties and uncles. Like, they are about to be watching this, not paying attention to the food that is happening, but it will be a good time. I wish them all the best, especially Ghana. You know, what if we did it? What if we did it? What if we won the whole entire World Cup? I believe in us, you know, and I really think that we have what it takes. So I'm wishing everyone the best. Go and represent our continent amazingly. And moving on to our last story, Takeoff was sent home. The memorial service for Takeoff happened in Atlanta. They had it at the State Farm Arena before the services even began. I believe it's called a hearse. The hearse that carried Takeoff was taken around Atlanta and just driven through the streets of Atlanta, and then they had the service at the State Farm Arena where Quavo and Takeoff, they gave speeches, and Justin Bieber, Chloe Bailey, Yolanda Adams, they all sang and gave Takeoff a great homegoing. Again, prayers and love to his family and all his loved ones. There were a lot of people that showed up for Takeoff. The arena was pretty full, but as you know, his memory will continue to live on. We will always continue to give Takeoff his flowers. You know, we wish that we could give him his flowers as he's here. The mayor actually gave Takeoff an award, the prestigious Phoenix Award, which is given to people who have contributed to the well-being of Atlanta, or just, you know, given Atlanta a great name, and Takeoff was given that award at his homegoing, which is definitely deserved. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Alright, you guys, that was our big 3. Let's head to our weekly wrap-up. WizKid is going on his North American tour, More Love, Less Ego. It kicks off on March 3rd in Houston, Texas. Definitely get your tickets because WizKid always puts on a show. Wakanda Forever dominated the box office this past weekend, earning $180 million on its debut, making it the #1 movie of the weekend. Drake and 21 Savage's album Her Loss debuts at #1, selling 400,000 units, which marks the biggest first week sales in 2022 for a hip-hop album. The Rolling Loud California lineup has been announced, and Playboi Carti, Future, Travis Scott, and Lil Wayne will be headlining the festival. I'll definitely be there, okay? I miss New York. I'm gonna make it to California. I'm here. This past Tuesday, Blueface was arrested for attempted murder. A documentary about the life of Nipsey Hussle will be coming out soon. I can't wait for that. Ari Lennox kicks off her Age, Sex, Location tour on January 26th in Las Vegas. I'm also getting tickets to that. And congratulations to Lala and Carmelo Anthony's son, Kyan, who just received a basketball scholarship from Syracuse University. That was our big 3. Let's head to what's on my playlist. What's on my playlist? What am I listening to? What am I getting into? What am I watching? Well, okay, so on my playlist this week, I haven't actually watched or listened to these things, but they're on my playlist so I can get to it. But I need to let you guys know to also get to it. if you haven't already, I'm pretty sure you've heard, but Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther sequel, is out. I have not seen it yet. I know, but I'm gonna get to it, okay? Hopefully this weekend I will be able to watch Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. It, as I already said, broke so many records, and so many people have good things to say about it. So if you haven't seen it yet, also make sure to go and watch it, because yeah, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. We still gonna watch. It's Wakanda. And also, More Love, Less Ego. WizKid's new album just dropped this past Friday. I haven't gotten to it yet, but you know, also anything WizKid does is usually pretty good. So add it to your playlist if you have not listened to it yet. If you didn't even know that he had a new album, I was kind of late to the game. I knew that it was coming, but I didn't know that it was dropping this past Friday. So add that to your playlist. And as you guys know, I love to end my show with some positivity and some great vibes. Today's message is make sure your foundation's good. So when I say that, that means in everything, in your relationship, your romantic, your friendships, your even the ones with your parents and your family. Like, make sure your foundation is good. And it's rooted in positivity, and it's rooted in something that brings you guys back together. Usually I like to have my relationships rooted in Christianity, because I know that most of my thriving relationships, if we have a problem, we're able to go back to our foundation and really work it out in a better way, in a positive way. If you don't believe in that, then that's definitely okay. You can root your relationships in something else. But when you have a good foundation to start on and to really build from, then the possibilities of that relationship is great. And that goes for everything else in your work life, in your career, in every aspect of your life. Mostly when problems happen, a foundation is there because you need something to come back to center yourself, to realize what the goal is of the whole thing, of the relationship, of the career, of whatever. You need a foundation to come back to. That goes to say some relations have already been established and you want to rework it. You can't. You can rework your foundation. It doesn't mean that once it was rooted in maybe negativity or toxicity that it has to stay that way. It doesn't have to stay that way. You can always change it up. But you have to be diligent and make sure that whatever you are changing it to is something, sorry y'all, is something positive, is something that can really center you and bring you back to where you need to be. Alright y'all, thank you so much for watching What's the WHATSTHEWAHALAESI Medase Pa. I will see you all in another episode. Maybe next Thursday. I'm trying to see if well, it won't be on Thursday. It won't be on Thanksgiving. But I'm trying to see if I can post something else on Wednesday that has to do with What's the Wahala. If it's a new episode or if it's just me talking about something going on in the entertainment world. I'm going to try and get that video out for you guys, or I might just take the whole week off. Who knows? But I will see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that jazz. I will see you all next time. Bye.